Hey guys, it's me Kevin here. So today is vlog. I haven't given you guys a vlog for a while, I really want to tell you a story, but yeah, this is kind of embarrassing, but whatever. I'm gonna give you two stories today. So one of recent and one of really back in the past. So I don't remember exactly when this was, but I remember it was a summertime when I was in my teenager years, and I was walking home with my friend. We'll just call him Lim. And you see this, I remember you were cracking up hysterically at my face. So what happened was that it was like a really hot day, and we were walking home. I don't quite remember where. It was on a sidewalk near a park somewhere, and the walk home was generally about like an hour long or whatever, right? And we were just taking some completion course or whatever during the summer, and we were walking home, and as we were walking, for me, in first person view, obviously, for me, it looks like, here, I'll even draw it out a bit. So, like, for me, it's first person view, and I'm walking forward, and then I just, like, all of a sudden, there's, like, some kind of substance, like, hits me here, and then it's, like, it drips here, and then it tags my shirt, right? My friend, and I look over to my friend, I'm, like this, going, like, what the fuck? And then he's just, like, he looks at me, doesn't even say anything, and he just, like, cracks out laughing. And he's like dying in front of me, right? And I'm just like, what just happened? And I look at him, I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, did somebody just like throw paint at me? And then he's like, no! He's just like laughing his head off, right? And I remember, God, it's so hard to imitate that because I remember I was furious because I was going, what the fuck is this shit? So what happened was that after he calmed down, he told me, he's like, Kevin, that's luck, man. That's luck. I was like, what do you mean this is luck? This is fucking bullshit. Well, it's not exactly bullshit. It was actually shit. It was a crow taking a shit, and the crow hit me like right on the tip of the hair, on a bang somewhere, and then the bang dripped from here onto my nose, and then from the nose it like dripped. I looked down, right, because I was like, what the fuck? And then so it dripped onto my shirt as well. So it basically like just fucking like cleaved me right in the middle. It was pretty horrible, and it was like blisteringly hot, and we still had about 40 minutes on the walk to go. I was like, motherfuck. After I figured it out, right, I was like, oh my god, a crow just took a fucking, like, just shat it on me, basically. And my friend was like, of all the places, he's like, and how did it tag you in 3 spots, right? I was like, fuck. Lim is just laughing his head off, and he's about to like keel over and just go on his knees on the floor laughing because he's dying and he's gasping for air from laughing so hard. And I'm just unfounded and confounded as well, and completely stupefied by the entire moment and situation. I was like, fuck, how is this possible? It's just like, I'd rather have it centered on the head, but rather than the tip, and then like, drip down, drip off the nose, and then straight onto the shirt. That was fucking disgusting. And it's blisteringly hot, so this stuff is getting cooked on my face. Oh god, okay, I probably ruined your dinner if you're eating, but anyways. Man, and then, so apparently, yeah, that is supposedly lucky and been granted with a blessing from a crow's ass discharge. Alright, so that's the first one. And now that I feel entirely embarrassed and humiliated by that story sharing, the second one is more recent. Those of you on the Facebook page, you probably have some form of idea of what I'm alluding to. So basically what happened was the other day I was at work, and this isn't some kind of a justification or anything, just so you know. What you take away from this is like, sometimes these things just happen to you and you're just like, fuck, damn it, I didn't like cash in on it kind of thing. So what happened at work the other day was that it wasn't busy or whatever, and then there was this pretty girl that I was helping at the cash till or whatever, and I wanted to ask her out, but it didn't occur to me until she was gone. And I was like, fuck, it was so stupid, right? Because and then it was funny too. Earlier in that day, I was talking to the cosmetics manager and like a few other people, and they're like, Kevin, you should meet more people. And I was like, oh, I don't know, I'm not really the kind of person to meet people, right? And throughout the whole day, it was like everything that led up to that point, everything was kind of telling me like, oh, you should meet someone, you should do something or whatever, go to like places or whatever and meet other people. That's not me though. But then, sure enough, the last person that was like on my mind at that day was this girl, and she like I thought she looked pretty cute, and I thought she was quite pretty, and the way she carried herself was just it was something that kind of like that drew me in kind of. And I have no idea how to describe it. All I remember was that I locked eyes with her when I went up to the cashier till to look at her, and I was like, man, I'm like, she's got such big pearly eyes, and I was like kind of getting lost in the astral sea of stars in her eyes or whatever. Holy shit, I'm so consumed. Oh my god. And that's really not me. It's funny too, the person I was talking before that point was saying like, no, just be your genuine self. Is that me being genuine though? Because then like I was so affected by this person that I automatically started conversing with them out of interest, but I didn't realize that I was actually like mildly interested in the person until they left. And we shared a few sentences, which I almost barely ever converse with any customer, because I always try to get people out of there as fast as possible. Not because I don't want to see them, but because I don't want to waste their time. That's more like, I'm like, okay, let's get going. And also because there's lots of work, but then at that time, there wasn't actually anything going on, and it was really dead. I remember I asked the most stupidest thing ever. I was like, is it still raining outside? And she's like, yeah, it's still raining. Do you not see the water in my glasses? And I was like, oh, that was retarded of me. It was something like that, or at least that's what I remember of the situation. I remember I asked something really stupid, and then afterwards I was like, oh, I really hate the rain. And I said like I much like the snow a lot better, because I do. It's like the snow, you can like rub it off, right, and it doesn't stick or whatever. Like rain, it just goes into your clothes, and then you get all drenched and wet and nasty, and then she was like, oh yeah, I love the snow too. And it was like, I like driving in the snow. And I was like, me too. I actually do like driving in the snow. It's actually really nice. It's nice and white. The wheels actually spin a little out of control. And a lot of fools get off the road because they don't know how to drive in the snow. So it's great. It's less traffic for me. And also a little bit more dangerous because other people don't know how to drive in the snow. Some of them. But yeah, anyways, and then we shared that mutual mentality there for a moment, and then afterwards, like, you know, I finished all the transactions or whatever. I was already getting kind of nervous, and then she walked off, and then I was like putting back like the bag or whatever that carried her medicines or whatever, and it was funny too because the way that started was that I was like, oh, so you're this person. I'm like, oh, I just spent like 30 minutes busting my arm just freaking like grinding this mixture together or whatever for you, right? And then afterwards, yeah, after the transaction was done, she walked off. I put the bag back in the bin where all these medicine bags are kept or whatever. My boss was just looking at me, and because throughout the whole situation, my boss was behind me too, right? My boss was like on the counter above, and she was kind of observing what was going on. And so my boss was like, she's pretty cute. And I was like, and then that's when it linked into me. I was like, oh shit, yeah, she was. So at that point, that's when I realized, and I was like, oh fuck, I should have asked her. Should have asked her out for like something like, I don't know, bubble tea or like a snack or whatever. Hell, I was like almost off anyways, and then it'd just be like across the street. I don't give a fuck, it would be my treat, because then I figured it'd be kind of awkward anyways. And my boss was telling me, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't initiate. I guess it must be awkward for guys. I'm like, it kind of is. I don't really know how to approach people. It just happens or it doesn't. So, but yeah, that's kind of what happened. It's not so much I froze. It's that the realization that came after she left that I was actually interested in the person, and I was like, whoops. And that opportunity is kind of like gone now, I guess. So I guess that's kind of sad. But what I took away from it was that I'm like, oh, okay, next time I should remember this feeling, so I'll be more prepared for like whoever's next or whatever, right? And I was like, God, I was so full of regret that night. But then it wasn't anything I could do. It's kind of like, so then this is what I mean by I wasn't justifying it. It's kind of like you left the house, and then you have like one of those spin door locks or whatever, and then you forgot to grab your keys, and then the door closes and you lock yourself out of the house, and you're like, oh fuck, how do I get in now, right? You can't either, you break the door, so that means I go break the rules and go stalk and do something strange and creepy, and then pay for it, which is like, if you break the door, you gotta pay for the damages and repairs, right? Obviously. Or either that, it's like next time you have emergency plans, or you go call a few friends, see if they know this person, or like, you know, go call a few friends, see if you can hang out at their place for a while, kind of thing. So that I guess that's kind of a strange analogy. But anyways, yeah, the analogy is like, you forgot your keys kind of thing, and then you left the house or whatever, and it's like, whoops. Or the other analogy, it's like you left the stove on, and then you left for work already, and then it's already too late, and by the time you come home, everything's burned and gone. The opportunity has disappeared. So that's today's vlog, guys. Thanks so much for listening to this story. I don't know, I hope you got a laugh out of it, or, you know, I don't know if you've had similar situations. Tell me about it if you want, but thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye for now.